Hi guys, welcome back to the weekly reading. This is for the 31st of August through to the 6th of September 2020. Welcome back to another reading. I'm going to talk about the astrology and then I'm going to pull cards for each element. So again, if you've not seen these readings before, you go based on your sun sign element or your rising signs element and then choose based on that. And I'll have timestamps underneath the video in the description. Also links to my online social media, and also if you'd like to book a private reading, you can go to the link below to my online store. General turnaround time is 7 to 14 business days unless you book an urgent reading at the moment. Okay guys, so this week the main thing is that on September 1st, 2nd, we have a full moon in dreamy water sign Pisces. So this week you may feel some energy of feeling quite sensitive, especially if you are already like a water sign. You may feel extra psychic this week, extra intuitive. You could have dreams that are quite either inspirational or with some kind of precognition or futuristic, psychic element to them. Information coming to you through dreams, or even just through, having a deja vu moment where you feel there's a message, or having very strong intuitive feelings. So this week is a very strong week for intuition, and it's also a week for connecting with the divine, connecting with nature. You may want to ground your energy this week because that full moon in Pisces might feel a little bit ungrounding. But it's definitely a heightened emotional energy, and for some people this can be feeling very sensitive emotionally, maybe more emotional than usual. The sort of darker side of Pisces energy is also confusion. But in this particular full moon, it does make a sextile to Uranus in Taurus. So I would say with that energy, with this full moon, there could be some insights coming your way, potentially. Full moons in general are releasing energies. It can be a completion phase of something in your life. So have a look at, what part of your chart this full moon is going through, and if it contacts anything in terms of aspects, that's also insightful for you. What else can I tell you about it? So yeah, I just feel like it's a very emotional full moon, and with Pisces energy, sometimes, there's elements of inspiration, creativity. It can be to do with romance because it's a very spiritual energy connecting with soulmates. For some people, they may be having some kind of completion with regards to a soulmate connection or a phase of completion. But either way, your intuition is going to be very heightened this week, so do pay attention to what your gut feeling is telling you, your instincts, your deepest self, rather than kind of your logical mind, because you could get confused if you're going, into your logical mind, then going to your intuition and back and forth. Just listen to and trust your intuition this week because the energy is very strong there. Mars will still be square Saturn all week, so this can feel a little bit like a blockage of energy, or feeling like you want to push forward but you just can't at the moment. With Saturn still in Capricorn until the very end of this year, until December, we can still feel that there's a lot of resistance in the air while Saturn finishes in its home sign in Capricorn this year. We're still dealing with this heavy karmic workload here on a spiritual level. So with Mars square Saturn, we're definitely feeling the constriction and the restriction this week in some way. Can be a frustrating element with this. Mars in Aries wants to push ahead in a very direct line, and while it's clashing with Saturn, Saturn's saying nope, not allowed to for some reason. So that can be because there are karmic things that are still unresolved, hanging in the balance, and it will still be around, as I said, all of this week. And it does start to phase out a little bit next week sometime. So patience is required this week, basically. And, a need to kind of surrender where you feel blocked, because, trying to push against this energy is not going to be helpful for you. It's just going to lead to more feelings of frustration. Sunday, the 6th of September, Mercury goes into Libra. So that's a focus more on relationships, relating, and our communications with others, our relationships. And my candle just went out. I'll try and relight it. Communication in relationships, more fair-minded attitude towards other people, looking at what is fair, what is balanced in our communications, and what is best, in a very fair and just kind of way. It can be interesting communications in relationships, or coming to, or negotiating in relationships, trying to restore harmony in relationships with Mercury in Libra there. So also maybe collaborating or discussing things more, having more open communication, more honest communication, and trying to sort of deal with situations where you have to sort of please people, or not be a people pleaser as such, but more like work on the harmony of the interaction, rather than sort of the darker side of Libra, which can be a bit of a tit for tat mentality, like I did this for you and you didn't do anything for me. That kind of attitude is kind of more the negative side of Libra, kind of point scoring. So you want to avoid that energy with Mercury in Libra, because it can be a little bit gossipy or a bit negative like that, but just more focusing on fairness and peace and harmony. So you might be craving from this weekend to have like a very peaceful weekend with Mercury in Libra, or just socializing with those people that you get along with very well, and avoiding kind of toxic people or things like that. Mercury in Libra can also have you thinking more about beauty and how beautifying things, whether it's in your home or stuff to do with makeup, fashion, hairstyles, all things to do with Venus things, because Mercury in Libra has us thinking about these kind of energies. And the last thing to mention is on Sunday, Venus will be on the anaretic degree of Cancer, and then it will tip into Leo late Sunday. So Venus is going to go into Leo, which is very romantic and heart-centered and also very creative. And then we have just before that Mercury in Libra. So I feel like there's a focus coming up from the weekend on romance, harmony, enjoyment of life, especially with Venus in Leo. That Venus in Leo wants to enjoy life and really enjoy life at the fullest, and indulge a little bit. And Mercury in Libra is like, I want to socialize, I want to connect with people, I want to chat to people. And actually Venus in Leo is like, well, let's go out and have fun then, so it does become a bit more of a social energy from the weekend. So let's look at the cards, guys. So I've got 3 decks today. I've got the Lisa Parker's oh gosh, I forgot what these are called. I don't know what these are called now. I'm having a mental blank. If I remember, I'll mention them, but it's a tarot deck by Lisa Parker. Oh, it's the Tarot, the Tarot of the Familiars. I really like this deck. I haven't used it for a while. The Zodiac Reading Cards by Patsy Bennett, and these ones, which are the Wisdom of the Golden Path by Tony Carmine Salerno. And let's go with who's first this week? The water signs. So, okay, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. What messages are there for you guys this week? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. As you notice, I'm doing the cards on like live on the camera, because I just love the synchronicities that come up, that have been coming up with the cards doing it that way. Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And one last one. Oops. Cards falling everywhere. Ooh. Okay. Let's see what we've got. You guys have got... You have Aries, new beginnings for the water signs. 4 of Pentacles. Nature. Oh, wow. So water signs, interesting, because I mentioned earlier with the full moon in Pisces, it may be a time for you guys to get grounded. Definitely a message coming up here for Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer to get grounded. What's so interesting here, look at this, is even though it says Sun in Aries, we have the element of water in the card with the dolphins. I don't know if you can see that very clearly, but the dolphins swimming through the, or jumping over the waves, and it says new beginning. So a leap of faith. That's so interesting, because the full moon does represent completions and, culminations. So for the water signs, it looks like you guys are having some kind of shift in the energy that's quite significant this week, an ending and a new beginning. It could be on an emotional level. You may have made a decision in yourself, because the Aries energy is like very decisive, and Aries will I just saw 222 on my phone. Felt like I need to mention that for someone out there. So Sun in Aries energy is saying that this week there is some kind of decision that is going to help to facilitate a new beginning in your life, and the leap of faith message here. Someone out there may have dolphin, like a connection with dolphins on a higher level as well. It wouldn't surprise me. Obviously, if you're a water sign, you may feel that, like a dolphin totem animal, spirit animal, or that you just love the water and dolphins. Again, not surprising for the water signs, but it has come up in the card, so I have to mention it. New beginning is very strong. 4 of Pentacles. with this card here, nature, that's a very grounded energy. It's a very pragmatic energy. Sometimes the Four of Pentacles refers to, you know, keeping your emotions held in, or keeping your cards close to your chest and not sharing your deeper feelings about something. So you may be privy to some information. This is for some people this week with the water signs that has you feeling like, okay, I know something, but I'm not going to be sharing it with people, or I have some information that I'm going to keep to myself. Connecting with nature is going to be very healing for you this week, water signs. So look at this beautiful forest here. I don't know if you can see it very clearly. That's beautiful. There's a very mystical quality in the forest. So if you do spend time in nature, you may, you know, some of you may feel a very deep connection with nature and trees and the greenery this week. And even you might encounter like a stream or a little river or something. You know, I'm seeing in my mind clairvoyantly like water going over the rocks, like a little stream of some kind, or a small river or something like that. So there is a beautiful energy this week. The advice that I'm getting very strongly is stay grounded this week, water signs, because the full moon is going to have you feeling a bit more emotional than you may normally. I mean, water signs are emotional, especially Pisces and Cancer are more obvious about their emotions in some way, like more in touch with their emotions. Scorpios tend to sometimes block the emotions or keep them under a tight lid and keep it sort of hidden away. But this week you guys are going to be feeling quite emotional. You may be wanting to guard your emotions with the Four of Pentacles, but the advice is spend time in nature to heal yourself and to feel a connection with the divine, to get more spiritual answers for your life this week. Okay, so that's water signs. Let's go to the earth signs. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What are the messages? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, earth signs this week. Let's see if anything wants to fly out. Yes, this one. Oops, there's one that just popped out. You guys have Scorpio, moon in Scorpio 20, a change in your emotional life. Again, it relates to the full moon, even has a full moon. It's Scorpio, but it's still water. So that's reflecting the full moon in Pisces, is going to be impacting the earth signs in some way. Let's see how this full moon, because I feel like this is having me talk about the full moon for you guys, for the earth signs. The Pisces full moon will make a sextile to Taurus people, an opposition to Virgo, and a sextile to Capricorn. So, you know, overall positive, not too heavy. It's not a square. Oppositions can be a bit tricky. So for Virgo, the full moon in Pisces may be a bit tricky for you guys. You may also be dealing with a Scorpio potentially, or someone with strong Scorpio energy. What other messages are there for earth signs this week? This one's sticking out here. Strength. Wow. Strength card. Oh, I like that. Okay. So you may be feeling a bit emotional this week, earth signs as well. And you're being asked to be strong. This card literally has flown out. Compassion. Oh, you may be dealing with someone else's emotions this week, earth signs, and you may be having to be strong for another person. I'm also getting to be compassionate with yourself this week. Don't be hard on yourself. For some reason you may feel I'm hearing negative, as in negative emotion, or something negative that comes up that is of an emotional nature, and that relates to Scorpio, because, and even this card, moon in Scorpio, because the moon in Scorpio is in fall, which is one of the most difficult emotional, one of the most difficult moon signs to have, right? So it's asking you to be strong this week in the face of something difficult emotionally, and have compassion for yourself and others. Okay, that's a very clear message I'm getting. I'm just going to see if there was anything else. There is something about someone dealing with a pet this week. Okay, this is just very random. It's more psychic than anything. Someone dealing with animals or a pet where there's something emotional or difficult with that, okay? Could be Virgos. That's for someone that has Virgo, strong Virgo in their chart. See if there's anything else. Okay, so what I'm also getting for the earth signs, this is a good week for you guys to purge your emotions out, which is very moon in Scorpio energy. So releasing your emotions, writing down your emotions, recording your voice, expressing emotions to someone or about a situation, and, you know, not sending it to them, but having that for yourself as a way of like a therapeutic technique. That's actually quite powerful. This is saying you need to get your emotions out, earth signs, so in some way. And then once you do that, you may not feel as angry towards the situation and feel more compassion and understanding, or you'll get some insights about it. So something to navigate there for the earth signs about a relationship or another person, or in some cases a pet. Okay, fire signs. So Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. What's coming up for fire signs this week? These two want to come out. Which one is it? This one. Oh, we have fire energy, Leo. I love that. Last week we had 3 out of the 4 elements had the exact card for their element. So this week it's just Leo's got their correct, well, the fire signs have got the correct element here. So a time of celebration and success for Leo. It's number 5. So that can relate to children, romance, creativity. Just need to drink some water. It's a nice card for you guys this week. Very positive energy here. Definitely some kind of celebration or someone's birthday. It could be, you know, a child's birthday or someone you know is having a birthday this week, fire signs. If not, it's something to do with a child, so it could be the birth of a child, something like that. If it's not that, it could be you're doing something creative. Well, this one's flying out. 9 of Pentacles, wow. That's a really good card. So feeling strong in your independence this week, feeling strong in who you are. You could be working on personal projects. This one's flying out. Soulmate, wow. Oh my goodness. Fire sign, something about soulmate comes up here. That's pretty powerful. I feel if you're a single person, because the 9 of Pentacles relates often to a single person. If you're single, there's something about soulmate energy around you, okay? And interesting that we have soulmate with the 5th house energy of Leo. So I want to say for the fire signs, there's romance around you this week. And if you're already in a relationship, this is something to do with children, is in focus this week. It could be, like, as I said, a birthday party or some kind of situation that's very positive. And someone could be helping you that's, you know, in your life, that's someone that you're close to as well. Just want to see if I'm getting anything else with this. Something to celebrate this week. And for some people, if it's not a specific celebration, it's actually a lot of gratitude that you're feeling this week. That's what I'm picking up on. So for the fire signs this week, if you've been feeling like you're going through a bit of a struggle, definitely time to refocus and look at the things that you have got going on in your life that are positive, where you can express your unique self, where you can channel your energy into creative projects, getting dancing and, you know, physical activities that are fun. You know, if you have kids, taking them out doing something fun or finding fun activities at home for them that are, you know, happy for them. For single people, there's definitely something here about a romantic energy or a soulmate energy that you're connecting with on some level. So that's also positive. And feeling strong in yourself. Very strong energy here, very positive for the fire signs. Wow. Okay, and lastly, the air signs. So let's get the astrology card. So air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius this week. Okay. Oh, Gemini, don't you love it? Oh, okay, cool. So it says negotiation. Rise to challenges as a new path opens. 27, which adds to a 9, which talks about endings. Okay, so again, this could be very specific for Geminis or a Gemini or a couple of Geminis. There's endings around you this week, or emotional things that are culminating, and the full moon in Pisces may be challenging the Geminis. This is for all air signs, but I just wanted to mention that specifically for Geminis because the fact that it mentions Gemini. The star. So air signs, you need to have patience. Also, this is Aquarius, so we have 2 air signs represented here. So it's asking you to be patient with a process that you're in this week. You may be feeling frustrated that things are not moving faster in your life, or that you feel a bit blocked in some way, or that things are just not where you want them to be. But the star says it's a reassurance card, a card of hope for you in a conflict. It's such a Gemini issue to have inner conflict, but it also can be a Libran thing, because Librans can be indecisive as well. You know, I won't demonize the Geminis too much, but it is a chronic issue with Geminis at times. But I do want to say this is, I mean, it's interesting because I feel like, yeah, it's definitely a message for all the air signs here. So you might be struggling with some kind of inner conflict, some kind of indecision, or just confusion, like you just don't know where you're headed in your life at this time, and it could be causing you a lot of frustration. The Star card comes through here as a beautiful message of hope, and look at how they're looking up at the star. I don't know if you can see that. Those 3 cats are looking up at the star. It's very symbolic and very reassuring. It's like, even though you may be in some kind of mental confusion or some kind of inner conflict within your own life, and most likely I feel for a lot of air signs this is very personal, so it could be relationship based, or it could be to do with other people in some way. The star is very reassuring, and it's saying like there's something about blessings, hidden blessings here for you guys that you can't actually see yet. And you know, you may be just rattling around in your own head trying to work everything out, but it's like Spirit saying there's a bigger picture here that you're not really aware of, that you're not really factoring in on the mental level, that is going to be helping you out in some way and helping you work through some inner conflict. And it's not something that you're really going to be able to nut out on the mental level, and that's possibly where something keeps going over in your head, and you're kind of just going over the same stuff all the time, and it's not really progressing because it's not to do with the mind, it's to do with the heart. So the resolution to the inner conflict is trusting Spirit and following your inner star, which is your guidance, your inner guidance, which comes from your heart. So if you're not connecting with your heart, air signs, you need to connect with your heart. Otherwise you can just end up constantly in this state of back and forth, or not being 100% on something, you know, not committing to something, not committing to a path, not making a decision out of fear, you know, things like that. So, but I really love the star showing up here. It's got a very blessed kind of energy. Also, I want to say to the air signs, if you're feeling like your head is just doing a number on you this week, get out into nature. It'll definitely heal your energy a little bit more and help you feel a bit more at peace. Alright guys, so that was the reading for the week. Hope you enjoyed, and if you would like to book a reading, remember to go to the link below and you can book a personal reading. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Bye.